Hello and welcome to the highest paying race that I have ever run. I'm running no assists and tilt B as I usually do, and this is the Ferrari FXXK at Porsche Short Track. If you keep your eyes on my distance, I'm going to kind of do a time-lapse thing here. Already I'm nearing the 100-kilometer mark. And if you keep your eye on my clock, you're going to notice that it rarely gets very low at all. At this point my car is completely trashed, but by taking these cuts, it's still pretty easy to keep the timer full. Coming up on this section here called the bus stop, I do one of my favorite maneuvers when I can. That is to swing out the rear end and smack that guy, and he makes me spin back into place. It's a fun little thing I do, because this is a very long race, and it can get kind of boring. So how far do I have to run to earn as much as I've claimed? Well, it's not so much how far, but when. I'm running this on an incredibly rare day. It's 100% Fame Day, February 27th, 2019. It's also 100% Fame bonus period, which Real Racing 3 is running for their 6th anniversary. On top of that, I've hired the agent. That gives me 8 times Fame. However, there's a bit of the glitch in the game, and after I get my gold, it's going to claw back some of that Fame, and I actually just received 6 times my normal Fame. Now I'm not complaining, because that is an awesome amount of Fame for just one race. And here we are at nearing 900 kilometers. That is many hours of racing. And you can imagine that my thumbs and my wrists are getting pretty sore. Once in a while I ran tilt A to take a break, but it's a lot harder to control this thing with tilt A. You'll notice I keep taking these 2 cuts. You could skip one or both of these, but you end up having to run slower. Here I am nearing 1,000 kilometers, so that's monumental. And I like roughing up the other cars when I can. They're gonna dump this guy on the corner. There's 1,000 km, the one doesn't really fit, and I was so busy watching that I ended up blowing the corner. Now you can see my rear window smashed, car's totally trashed, not a big deal. We're going to move this ahead a little bit more. And the reason why I keep taking the 2 cuts is just because my Fame per minute is about the same, whether I take the cuts or not. So if I slow down and stay all on track, I earn about the same Fame per minute as if I cut. So here we are. This is my goal, lap 600. I'm going to complete this lap and end right at the start-finish line. I do that so that I can see exactly how much Fame per lap I earned. It gives me an idea of how clean I did run, even though I'm kind of going all over the place. I like to take this carefully so you can power out of here and maintain speed through this cut. Now I'm going to fast forward this a little bit as I burn down the clock, doing a bunch of donuts, changing views so I can watch the clock, because I got to get up to the line for when this race is going to end. And here we go, right to the line, race is over. Okay, first things first, how much R did I earn running that far? Well, it's a huge amount, and I've hired the manager, and as you can see, there's a horrendous amount of damage to this car, about as much damage as I could have possibly done. Next comes the Fame amount, and this first figure is going to be 8 times my normal Fame. And that's where you're going to see this 2.57 million figure. Humongous. Each level up at this point is worth 98 gold. I have to run 12 10-lap Le Mans races with the agent hired to level up at this point. Now after I got out of this race, it clawed me back to level 982, but I got to keep all that gold you're looking at right there. Here is the actual Fame amount that I got. I compared this to the Fame amounts on my profile screen, and that's what I earned. If you would like to learn how to run an endless endurance like this, I've got some tutorial videos for you. I show you how to do it in both the Audi and the Porsche. The Porsche version even explains why assists don't work here. Happy racing.